Okay guys, so question gets changed to 105 here. Okay, so once again we're just going to draw a diagram here, and this here is a diagram. Now what's actually happening is your boat is getting swept downstream 105 meters this time. So your boat is getting swept downstream, and can we do tan inverse on 105 downstream and 100 across? And somebody tell me what tan A is. Somebody tell me what the angle A is. So tan A equals 105 over 100. What do we get? 46.4 degrees, yeah? Okay. Now that we know that this is 46.4 degrees, what can we say that this angle here is? 44.6. Take it away from 90 degrees, okay? Now you have the following information. You have VBW, or its speed of VBW.
Why would it not be 0.3? 0.6, not 0.4.
Huh?
It's not 0.4, it's 0.3.
0.3 what?
It's just you have 46.4 and 44.6, 43.6.
Okay, thanks.
No, not that one, it's the bottom one.
Okay.
No.
Oh, sorry, get you.
43.1.
Okay, so 43.6. Okay, so here we go. Now, what we have here, guys, is the velocity of VBW is 3. Velocity of the water is 4I going directly across. And we have to figure out that VBW is VB minus VW. Therefore, VB equals VBW plus VW. And as I stated earlier on, if you have a triangle ABC, C is this is the start, this is the end. The direction of C is the same thing as the direction of BC is technically the same thing as VA plus VB. Basically, the difference between taking one road directly to where you want to go, or taking two roads that will eventually get you to the same place. We're going to use this same thing here to design the new triangle. The new triangle will have, you pick VB to be one of the start off points. You can pick either one of the other two. Because I'm going to pick VBW, and no reason why. So let me show you what I could do here. So I start off VB. VB has to go to the right at a certain angle. Okay? And then the other one is then VBW, which we imagine we're going to aim slightly to the left to combat the stream. And then finally we get VW here. Now that's one triangle I could use. I'll show you the other one, just so just show you that you can't go wrong with this. I can choose VB, and I can choose VW. In a case like this, where I choose VB, VB will go this direction here. VW will go this direction here. And we're imagining that VW will probably be the biggest one because it has a larger speed than the boat in water. And then finally VBW will go back this direction here. So you can see that all the angles are still the same. It's a what's that word again? A congruent triangle. Okay? But you can see that you can have two of them from the same starting point. You can start off VW or VB from the starting point, or you can start VB and VBW from the same starting point. Both triangles do exactly the same trick. So we'll work with our blue triangle here. We know that this here is 43.6. This one therefore is 43.6. Now it's just a matter of putting in some lengths. Velocity of water is 4. Velocity of boat in water is 3. Let's find out what the angle X is. This time around it should work. So what we're going to get is sin X over 4 equals sine 43.6 over 3. Therefore, x is sine inverse 4 multiplied by sine 43.6 divided by 3. Anybody got that? 4 sine 43.6 divided by 3, sine inverse the answer. Let me know what you get. This will give me this angle in here. Anybody?
Uh, 66.81.
Thank you. 66.85. Now guys, I'm going to get rid of absolutely everything else there. We have exactly what we need right now. Sine x equals 66.85. Now there is a catch. Now let me show you the catch. Now, there's a general rule with sine rules. Sine rules can have 2 possible answers at all times. Okay? So, the rule is with sine rules is that when you do a sine rule and you get sine of a positive number, you might remember this from junior cert, AST sig. Now, A represents the first quadrant, which is 0 to 90, and S represents 90 to 180. Sine is positive in both of them. So, when we got sine inverse our answer, okay? And the answer, what we said was it's 66.85. What we also left out was the second quadrant answer. The second quadrant answer is 180 minus this answer. So there's always a second quadrant answer to think about. And so the second answer is going to be 180 minus 66.85. And what is 180 minus 66.85?
113.15.
113.15. Now let me explain what's going on here. We're trying to find out what direction do we want to go in every time. Is that alright? What direction do we actually want to go in? Okay? So, the direction we want to go in is this direction here, B. Now, B will have 2 values. The first angle of B, can I tell you what the first angle of B is? It's going to be 180 minus 66.85 minus 43.6. Can I tell me what that is? Anybody get the answer yet?
69.55.
69.55. So, your first answer is 69.55. Okay? And that one is going in, so we're going this direction here, and it's 69.55. So it's west 69.55 north. Everybody agree with that? West 69.55 degrees and then north. Now, there's a second answer. The second answer involves me using my 113.15 degrees. So I rewrite the triangle to go wider than it has been. And what I have here is still 43.6, but this is 113.15. Now what about this angle here then? 23.25. So this time, to get the same answer as before, it's going to be west 23.25 degrees north. Alright? Now, what they're going to ask me next is, how long does it take in each case? Right? So to solve how long it takes in each case, what we could have done was, remember we have access to Pythagoras' theorem, right? Because Pythagoras' theorem is how far did the boat actually travel. So what we could have done was we had a cross is 105, a cross and 100 here. Can somebody in the class tell me what is the hypotenuse? How far do we actually travel? So just the square root of 100 squared plus 105 squared.
145.
On the dot, or 145 on the dot? Okay, 145. We have to travel 145 meters no matter what. So what I'm going to do in both triangles is I'm now going to calculate the value of phi b in both triangles. And then I'm going to divide phi b into this distance, and I therefore can get the 2 times. Okay, so so what we know about the first triangle, that's 23.25. That's 4. That's 3. And we'll call the actual velocity of phi b, we'll call that x. So we have x in 2 different triangles, okay? And this here is 69.55. So we have 2 separate sine rules to figure out the answer, okay? So we have, you turn the sine rule upside down, so we have x over sine 69.55 equals sine 3 over sine 43.6. Second triangle is x over sine 23.25 equals 43.6 all over 3, or 3 over sine 43.6. Can one person cross multiply the 69.55 into this position here and multiply out what it is? Can another person get the sine 23.25, move it up to this position here and multiply out what it is? So basically that's going to turn into sine 69.55, and this one here is sine 23.25. Okay? Let me know what you get. So what do we get for both of them? Can we tell me? Got x1 and x2. x1, anybody?
4.076.
4.076. And the x2? And we get x2?
1.14.
1.184. Does that actually make sense? The angle that went more against the stream resulted in a lower velocity overall. That actually makes a lot of sense because you're aiming most of your effort against the stream. Therefore your resultant velocity is going to be just drifting slightly backwards at a slow pace. While the other one is aiming more upwards than across. Therefore you're combining your upward speed with the speed of the stream. That's why it's considered to be faster. Okay? So therefore, in both of these answers, divide 145 by x1 and then 145 by x2 to get the time involved. Okay? So it's 145 divided by this to get the first time, and then 145 divided by that to get the second time. So what do you get for both then? I'm going to tell you. First one. 35.57. And the other one? around the 100 mark somewhere.
2 is meant to be 1.7.
This number here. So there's a modification on that, is there? 1.71. And what do we get then?
3.3.
Not 171, that's just 71.
1.71. What do we get then? 1 point? 145 divided by 1.71?
84.79.
84.79 seconds, okay?
Alright, yeah.
Or 84.8. Alright guys, try another one now.